And of course, it's the Water Boys. And they were down at Electric Picnic as well. That's Strange Boats. And speaking of boats, well, there's going to be not so much a strange boat, but an unusual boat, if you like. It's an event called Building the Boat, and it's on this Saturday at Workhouse Dunfanaghy. It's part of National Heritage Week. In fact, it's part of a number of events that they have planned down there for all week. Saturday's performance is sort of the culmination of a week of events. Róisín McNally is the Heritage and Education Officer with Dunfanaghy Workhouse and joins us now in the studio. Róisín, you're welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, let's focus. Let's talk first of all about Saturday, because it is quite unusual. What is the connection with the workhouse and boat building?
Well, since the workhouse opened in 1995, we've had so many events that relate to the Dunfanaghy Curragh. Because we're a community heritage centre, we do a lot of events and projects that work with specific culture to Dunfanaghy, and of course the Dunfanaghy Curragh being like a huge part of that for both our culture and our local community. We've done events in the past with Charles John Call, we've done it with Donald McPolling as well.
Is this a type of curragh that's synonymous?
It's a specific type of curragh that's been used in the Dunfanaghy Sheephaven Bay area for about 2,000 years now. Oh. And it's specifically built because we have such a unique climate and unique waves coming in through the coast there. They had to build the curragh to be able to combat that. So it rides over the waves rather than through them. And if you even look at the curragh and compare that to a traditional like river curragh you might find down in the Boyne, for example, you'll see that very definitive shape, especially in the bow. It's traditionally made with ox hides and willows. And if you come down to the workhouse, you'll see our curragh built outside.
It's on display outside?
Yeah, we've one displayed outside. We have a smaller one inside, and we have two very small ones on display inside as well.
All the same design?
All the same design, yeah.
Okay. So this isn't about building one as such on Saturday, but it's performances related to the whole heritage and history of the Dunfanaghy Curragh.
Yes, so it's going to be performed by Keith Payne, in Pavon and Mick O'Shea. It's more of a creative interpretation and looking through a more creative lens on the building of Dunfanaghy Curragh. So it's looking through poetry, music, the rhythm of the creation as well. And it's going to be performed live in the workhouse at 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock on Saturday the 24th.
So two performances.
Two performances, yeah.
All right. And Keith is the poet, and then Inma is the dancer, and then Mick is the sound artist.
Yes.
So combine all three, and it's going to be quite the show.
Yeah, we're very excited. It's something very unique, and we've never had anything like it before in the workhouse. And I think it's interesting to see like the different interpretations that you can see with creating the curragh, which is an art in itself, and then looking through that more musical and poetic lens too.
And how long will the show last?
About 45 minutes per performance.
Okay. And is ticketed?
It's ticketed, yeah. So it is €10 per person. If you'd like to book, you just have to ring us at 074 9136 540, or you can call in. We're open every day from 10 to 5, and our staff can give you a hand at the desk.
Your heritage events start actually tonight.
They do, yes. We're hosting an event called the Workhouse Candlelight Tour, which I'll be running. So I'm actually going to provide a bit of a different tour than we usually do from our daily operations. The whole workhouse is actually going to be lit by candlelight in our exhibition, and I'm going to walk people through it and tell the Wee Hannah story, the workhouse story, alongside the special exhibition we're running on workhouses of Donegal, and sort of put people in the environment that a lot of people would have entered the workhouse through, that darkness, that candlelight.
In a way, bring them back in time.
Yeah, and sort of try to get them in their own heads too, like, what my own ancestors have experienced here. What would have it been like for people entering into the workhouse?
It would have been dark and gloomy
and dreary and gloomy and
cold and damp. And
freezing.
Yeah, and the light wouldn't have gone on at the flick of a switch.
Oh, not at all. So I have about 12 candles that I have to set up and about 4 fire extinguishers placed very precariously around the place.
So it'll all add to the experience. That's tonight at 8, and you do have to book for that as well.
You do have to book for that, so.
Okay, and then tomorrow there is some hand weaving.
Yes, John Heena from Ardra, he he's a traditional hand weaver, so he'll have one of his portable looms set up in our cafe space, so people can come in. It's a free event. It's going to be running all day, and you can see what it's like making those traditional hand woven looms. And you can probably have a wee go yourself. Like John's lovely, and he loves like showing people how they work and all of the work that goes into creating his throws as well.
Yeah, brilliant. And if the portable loom is anything like the real thing, there'll be quite a bit of setting up involved.
Oh,
and
yes.
It's very intricate. And then when you see a weaver in action, it's amazing. Hands and feet going, and you're thinking, how do they coordinate all that? And then you see the beautiful product.
Yeah. Oh, it's like playing an instrument, and it's actually been set up this evening, so it's ready to go tomorrow morning.
Great. That's a good way of describing it, actually, like playing an instrument. Okay, on to Wednesday. What's happening on Wednesday?
So on Wednesday, we're having a wee book fair with Book Buddies. We always like to host like little events for the kids too. And with Book Buddies, it's going to be run for a few hours. There's going to be Usborne books for sale, especially now as kids go back to school. Yeah. Get some of your books, get some of your stationery, give Mommy and Daddy a bit of peace for 10 minutes.
Good idea. Thursday, something tasty lined up.
Yes, we have Shan from Wild Fuchsia coming in. She's going to be doing a baking demonstration with traditional heritage baking as well.
Brilliant. And then the finale will be on Saturday with the live performance of Building the Boat.
Yes.
You've managed to come up with a great programme to mark, because the Heritage Week comes around obviously every year, and I suppose at the Workhouse, the same as other similar places, you're tasked with coming up with an event, or in this case a number of events. So you've put together quite a programme.
Yeah, we work great together, and my manager Claire as well, and all the ladies and the gentlemen that work with us. Like, we always come together and think, what sort of events do we want to have on? What's different that we can do from last year? What are people looking for? And being able to bring that together, because we're so fortunate that we have that space to be able to do that as well. And I think this is our fourth year of like big events for Heritage Week here at the Workhouse.
All right, I suppose it's a great opportunity to showcase what the Workhouse or what the space is all about.
Yeah.
Okay. And just to remind listeners as well that you're open 7 days a week.
7 days a week, 10 to 5 every day. Now, our last tours do run at 4 o'clock. For groups of 8 or more, you can give us a wee call, and I actually can provide a little guided tour for you. And we run all year round. We're open from Paddy's Day up until about a few days before Christmas time. And we'll be hosting loads more of events and classes now from September onwards with the ETB and our film festival in October as well.
Okay, a lot going on. And a great option as well in weather like this, maybe you're in Dunfanaghy for something that's water based or beach based, and then the weather turns like this. So it's a good alternative. As a result, I'm sure you've been busy this summer.
Oh, flat out. So It's been great to see. Like, when it rains, people come in to see Hannah, who we do our tour about. And I think we've been telling her story now for 30 years. That's 30 years of bad weather of people coming in to chat to Hannah and talk to us.
Hannah being the character that you based the tour around,
yes.
Who ended up in the Workhouse.
She did, yeah.
Okay. Listen, good luck over the course of the week with those events, Róisín. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.